African Americans have always experienced a comparative lack of access to the entire healthcare system. This has now been multiplied by the COVID crisis. New federal data just released shows that black death rates for those people aged 45 to 65 are 6 times the rate for the white population. Even more shocking, in the younger 35 to 45 range, African Americans are dying at the rate 10 times the rate of the white population, 10 to 1 per capita. Something very close to my heart and personal experience: mass incarceration. I've been preaching regularly on the inside of Michigan State Prison since 2006. If I could write the rule book, I would require every city, county, state, federal rep, before they take the oath of office, to take and pass a quiz proving they have read and understood a book called by Michelle Alexander, which is called The New Jim Crow. She examines how African American oppression only started with slavery, and that the more things have changed, the more they have stayed the same. Just as the civil rights movement was taking shape, which traces as far back as Brown versus Board of Education, supremacists like Goldwater started promoting the quote-unquote get tough on crime policies, really a way to oppress the marginalized, aka the black population. This came to a head when Reagan declared his quote-unquote war on drugs in 1982. To put it in perspective, that year, the total county jails plus state and federal prison population was about 500,000. Bad enough already. But in 10 years, it more than doubled. And we entered the age of mass incarceration. And since the year 2000, we have been steadily keeping over 2 million Americans in jail and prison. America is by far the worst country in the world for incarceration. So how does this dovetail with systemic racism? Well, here's an example. Whites and blacks consume and sell illegal substances in exactly equal proportion. And yet 500% more blacks, pro rata, are arrested for drug crimes. That's just one of the reasons there are 5 times as many blacks in prison per 1,000 population as there are whites. Let's look at this simple illustration. If you were born in 2001 and you're white, there's a 1 in 17 chance you will go to prison at some point in your life. Bad enough. But if you are black, you have a 1 in 3 chance of being locked up. That's unparalleled in any country of the world, rich or poor.